Hello, my name is George Pappas. I'm an attorney at law here in Asheville, North Carolina. I've been practicing for 23 years, and most of my practice areas deal with immigration. I graduated law school from the University of London, Widener University, Birkbeck School of Law. So I got plenty of law degrees to do my job, but more importantly, I've been practicing immigration law for about 23 years. I can't count the number of cases that I ruled upon, but that experience has been invaluable to support my practice here in Asheville. So you're talking to someone who's not only a lawyer, but someone that's devoted to working with the immigrant community on immigration issues, especially in today's changing, hostile environment.
Hello all, my name is Christina Holgrave, and I'm of counsel at Pappas Legal. I'm an immigration attorney, and I've been working as an immigration attorney for the last 6 years. A lot of my experience is in nonprofit work. I do a lot of family and humanitarian-based immigration representation. And then, of course, the last year I have been helping out with more detained cases. What I bring to the table is I have a lot of compassion and respect for people that journey here to the U.S. and want to make the U.S. their home. I work with a lot of people that are survivors of crime, and I can provide a very compassionate and honest representation.
The immigration landscape has changed dramatically over the last year. You can just turn on the television and you can see that the government has started raids in Los Angeles, Portland, Chicago, Charlotte, and now Minneapolis. The graphic images that you see are Immigration Customs Enforcement, Border Patrol, and other government enforcement agencies running into neighborhoods, violating the due process rights of not only undocumented folks, but American citizens. These are not normal times, and it's very important that this hostile environment be appreciated. You need to take precautions. You need to protect your family. You need to know your rights. What was normal a year ago is no longer the case. It's really important that you talk to folks like us, practitioners, lawyers, that are dealing with these legal issues every day. Don't try to navigate this hostile environment by yourself. You need to arm yourself with information, with advice. No one is safe. No one, whether it's undocumented or an American citizen. This is no longer an immigration problem, but in particular, those of you that are undocumented need information, and that's why we are here. Well, there's a lot we can talk about, Christina. I think one area that's critical today is letting folks know what their rights are.
Absolutely.
If they have contact with Immigration Customs Enforcement. Perhaps I can start talking about people's rights in the home. People need to realize they do have rights, constitutional rights. One of the most important rights is Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable search and seizure. So if ICE knocks on your door, what do? You want to see a warrant, a search warrant, and you want to make sure that search warrant not only is signed by a judge, not by someone by ICE, but by a judge, and that the warrant specifies who ICE is looking for and at what address. And if it's the wrong address, the search warrant is not valid. If the person in the search warrant doesn't live there, it's not valid. You don't open the door.
Right, and you can have them, you can ask them to slide it under the door. Don't open the door and ask for it. Say, slide it under the door.
If they don't slide that search warrant, and if you can't see it, they have no right to come into your home. But if you open the door and let them in, you have given up your rights. Now ICE can come into your home. They can question or arrest anybody. So do not open the door unless there's a search warrant. If they don't have a search warrant and they still come into your home, that's a violation of your constitutional rights, and this is very important. The individuals have to say, you don't have a right to be here, you don't have a search warrant, I object to this entry. After that, do not give them any information other than your name. Do not cause any physical altercation. The fact that you've objected to their entry is enough. If you can, if they have a name, take down their name, remember it. So that's your right at home. They have to have a search warrant. What about people on the street, Christina, in public, do they have rights?
Yes, they do, and we're seeing a lot of those rights being violated, but you still have rights. So if you are on the street and you get stopped by an officer and they are inquiring about who you are and your immigration status, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to answer any of their questions. First question is that you can ask is, am I detained? Am I free to leave? And if they say yes, then you may leave. If they say no, then they have detained you. We are recommending that if you are a resident, so you have the old term is a green card, or if you are a U.S. citizen, we are recommending giving them an ID. But again, you don't have to. Otherwise, if you are being detained and you don't want to give them your name or who you are, then you have a right to ask for an attorney, and that you're not going to speak to them without having an attorney around.
This is a very important point, because the ICE officers may ask you, are you a U.S. citizen? Where do you come from? You don't have to answer those questions. What you can say is, I want to speak to my lawyer. And am I free to leave, as Christina said. If you are free to leave, don't run. Walk away slowly. Don't create any commotion. That would be good news if you can leave. But if you're not free to leave, you are under custodial arrest. And under that condition, you have the right to remain silent and tell the officer that I want to only speak to my lawyer. That's all you have to do. Don't say anything else. They want to engage you in a conversation, and anything you say will be used against you. Be very careful. You are not obligated to give anything more than your name if you're arrested.
Just keep in mind that anywhere the public can go, any sort of public space, also ICE can go. If it is not public space, that is where they're going to need a judicial warrant. So I really want to encourage, if you're an employer out there or you own your own business and you have staff members, I urge you to consider talking with your staff about your ICE policy or your ICE plan. If you don't have one, then now is the time to make one. So I encourage you, you're welcome to reach out to us if you're a business owner and you need some advice on making ICE policies and procedures and how to make your business safe.
Another thing that's critical, Christina, is call to action. If something happens to a family member or a friend, they've been detained, what do you do? Certainly our law firm can be reached 24/7 at 828-903-8987. That is a 24-hour telephone line. Our operators speak Spanish and English. This allows anyone to call the office in an emergency. Of course, we have a website at Pappas Legal, PLLC. Just go to Google, Pappas Legal, to get more information. Christina, can you talk a little bit more about the urgency of reaching our law firm, perhaps in an emergency? What could that mean?
As soon as a family member gets detained, you need to speak to an attorney, because time is of the essence. And if they're detained locally, it would allow us to establish an attorney-client relationship with them before they are detained by ICE. We can help give you advice how to deal with the criminal part and also the immigration part, explain to the family what it's going to look like, because it is very confusing because there's two pieces going on here.
Also important, timing. Timing is of the essence. ICE arrests people locally, and they quickly try to transfer them to Louisiana, to Arizona, to Texas. The sooner you reach us, the sooner we can try to keep them in this area. We can explain to you why, if your loved one or friend is arrested by local police, why it may not be a good idea to pay the state bond. This is another reason why you want to contact us. We don't want to make a mistake and allow ICE to pick up your friend or family member quickly and move them out of the area. So throughout all of this, a call to action means contact us as soon as you can, as soon as you know where your loved one is or friend. That's important. Where are they? So that's why it's critical that that number be called, so we can be alerted to speak to a family member as soon as possible to get information. Once we have information, we can see what we can do. That's the key. And remember, time is of the essence if someone is arrested. You cannot sit on this if you want to be close to your family member. Thank you.